stay 0-0 the first 2 minutes. Look at Thompson and McDaniels. What is going on with that? Wow.
Well, Draymond has got Gobert in a chokehold. This is ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
Draymond came in to defend Clay. This got out of hand very quickly.
Yesterday, the NBA announced that Draymond Green would be suspended for 5 games for escalating the Warriors-Wolves on-court altercation, including, as you saw, putting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold. That was during Tuesday night's in-season tournament games. The dust has settled a little bit now, so I think our attention now, it turns to whether or not this suspension, it really serves as a reminder, as a reality check for Draymond Green going forward. So, Perk, I want to start with you here. Do you think that the Warriors, is this hurting them, Draymond's behavior?
Hell yeah. Especially with Bob Myers gone, right? We know how close Bob Myers and Draymond Green is. That was the voice to Draymond Green that could actually hold him accountable in that organization. Second, when I think of Draymond Green, yes, Steph Curry, he's the best player on the team. Make no mistake about it. The heart and soul, the emotional leader is Draymond Green. And when I think about this suspension, it's what, the longest suspension since 2011 when Melo, you know what I'm saying, chunked it up and threw them hands. But what I'm thinking about with Draymond is like, bro, if you don't see this effect on your ball club, if you don't see what happened last year when you and Jordan Poole got into it and you knocked them out and you didn't see how it killed the morale of the team. Right now, Clay is not playing well. Right now, Andrew Wiggins is not playing well. They need Draymond Green. They need this guy to be his veteran presence in the locker room, to bring that tenacity the right way on the floor. And right now, with him being suspended, Steph being out, Draymond actions, he's killing the Golden State Warriors.
You know who disagrees with you, Perk?
Who?
The Warriors seem to disagree with you.
Publicly,
because they just
do.
gave Draymond $100 million. They knew all of that. They knew he'd been ejected 16 times. And he'd been suspended 4 times, and they gave him $100 million, and they jettisoned Jordan Poole. They don't see it that way. Now, the league is sending him a message. They are basically telling Draymond, you are in the discipline repeater tax. They told it to him last year when they suspended him in the playoffs, and they're telling it to him again. And if you're asking me whether I think the Warriors would like that message to get through, they would love it. They would love this not to happen. You could see it on Steph Curry's face the other night that he was really upset that Draymond had just done this. But the Warriors' actions indicate to me they are happy in this partnership. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done what they did just a couple of months ago, rewarding him for his play.
Well, Wendy, let me ask you this. Here's my pushback to that. Okay, cool. They rewarded him with a $100 million contract. Do you think they having regrets? Do you think they have regrets?
No.
Okay.
No. I think they are having regrets that Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson can't make a shot. I think that's costing them more than Draymond Green right now. Now, the next 5 games, okay, but honestly, I think their problems as an organization are that the other guys that they've already invested in aren't delivering.
All of this can be true. Draymond Green is still really good. He's still Draymond Green. He's still like a 9-9-9, a 10-9-9, one of the best defensive players in the league. His scoring per minute is as high as it's been this season since the year they won 73 games. His minutes are just down because he keeps getting ejected from games. He's still really, really good. That's why they gave him the money. But look, you got to be kidding yourself if you don't think people within the Warriors are like, man, again? We got to do this again? After a week ago, all we heard was everything's copacetic. The vibes are good. Last year was last year. Jordan Poole's over in Washington. We've left the punch behind. We can win on the road now. Everything's great. Warriors are back. And now it's like, man, again, we got to deal with these questions, with these incidents, with over and over and over. They need Draymond Green. This isn't 2016 or 2017 or 2018 with Kevin Durant and an unbeatable super team. This team is 6-6, sliding, and the margin for error is Zippo in the West.
Well, and it's not just as much as Draymond Green is the emotional leader, the spiritual leader, all of that. The numbers, it's not just feeling.
I think the heart and soul and emotional stuff almost does him a disservice, is how good of a basketball player he still is.
Yeah. I think it's a distraction a lot of times. And like you said, he is the heart and soul of the team. We all know that. He's a vocal leader because Steph, as good as a player as he is, he's not a vocal guy. He's not the guy, the rah-rah guy in the locker room getting everybody together. That's Draymond. And I love Draymond's passion. I even like his physical play. He just sometimes goes so far and kind of crosses that line where that line gets blurry. Yeah.
He crosses it.
He crosses it.
Yeah.
And because so, he costs these situations now where he's not able to play. And that's what he gets $100 million to do.
So the question is who in that locker room is going to hold Draymond Green accountable?
They don't have
They had it with Bob Myers.
Yeah.
I know that much. I know that for a fact. They had it with Bob Myers. So who is it now?
This is one of those things you heard when they got Chris
Joe
Paul.
Dumars
Was like,
was trying to
we have
hold
someone who can talk to Draymond on his
Chris.
level of ferocity and intensity. And,
Okay,
but he's new. He's the new guy in town.
Exactly.
But think about this.
That's the problem.
Draymond cost the Warriors Kevin Durant because if that incident wouldn't have never happened with him and KD on the sideline with Draymond going at him, the Warriors would probably still have Kevin Durant.
You think so?
That was
the breaking point.
Yeah, that was-
I'm telling you.
It was the breaking point. It was the breaking point.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
sure the
changed the
train
whole
wasn't
dynamic.
already leaving the station to some degree.
But it seems like, once again, we're at this crux. And I know you said we need to sort of abolish when we're talking about, okay, we're only 10 games in, it's still early. At what point is it the stripes on a zebra? What is it you always say?
It never changed.
So at what point is that the conversation that we're having, particularly because you're right, this was a Warriors team that was talking not that long ago about we're back, baby. And the question is, okay, we're back, but if this is also what's back for Golden
As you
State,
say, they're back here now.
then exactly, how far can they go? LeBron James, he became the second oldest player to record a triple-double, just over a month shy of 39 years old, trailing only 40-year-old Karl Malone. Jason Kidd, he also passed Jason Kidd for 5th on the all-time triple-doubles list. Let's take a listen to LeBron James after the loss.
We were down too many times throughout the game. We pretty much was getting kicked around, pretty much. They played exceptionally well. You could tell they came in with a lot of fresh legs, and you could tell it looked like us from the beginning, like we was 3 and 4 nights.
Just play back. I'm not gonna put it on anything, or they were just missed shots. Just play like tonight, to be honest. Just that simple.
Brian Windhorst is here with us as well. This was a back-to-back for the Lakers, right? So we do need to give them that. But Brian, do you think Anthony Davis, does he deserve the heat that he's taking after the loss? He was pretty hard on himself there.
Yes, with what the Lakers have invested in him, with what his role is on this team, and quite frankly, when you watch the Lakers play, they don't have a margin for error to survive a game like this in most cases without Anthony Davis playing well. Their team is just not good enough, and that's not necessarily a commentary on the Lakers. It's a commentary on the league. It's a commentary on the Western Conference. He got outscored in this game by 20 points by Domantas Sabonis, and he got out-rebounded by 7 in a 15-point game. I know there's a lot of factors at play here. I know there's a lot of things that Lakers need to work on, especially that first quarter focus. This was not a hard back-to-back. They didn't have to travel, and LeBron and AD sat the fourth quarter in a blowout over the Grizzlies, and they were down by 20 in the first quarter. They don't have that margin for error. That has been the case throughout the whole season. It will be the case going forward.
Yeah, I feel when he puts his head down and goes to the basket, that's when AD's at his best. When he plays aggressive and tries to go inside out, I don't mind him shooting jump shots on occasion. I don't mind him teeing up a 3 here and there. But I like when he has a rhythm first. Jokic does that time and time again. He starts inside and goes out. That's what we need to see from AD so we can get more consistent play for him.
Look, the offense is going to go like this. We know that with AD because the jump shot, to your point, has disappeared completely for 4 years. Remember, Darvin Ham wanted to take 6 threes a game?
Yeah,
I think he's taken 9 the whole season, which is fine. It's not what he wants to do. That's fine. Defensively, he's the only thing holding them together. But look, you can have 14, 15, 16 points on your off night. You can't have 9 and have this team have any chance to win. The Lakers are 6-6. They're 20th in offense, and they're 20th in defense. They just are not very good right now, and they need to start getting things together a little bit.
Well, 9 points Wednesday. That's his second single-digit game of this season. That matches his total from last year. But he also only played in 2 back-to-backs all season long. He already has done that this far this year, Perk.
Well, look, save the excuses, Malika.
Okay,
Here
fine.
it is. When it comes down to Anthony Davis, right? First of all, let's give a shout-out to Sabonis, the top 5 big in this league. Second of all, I get a pass every 6 months with ESPN to say that Sabonis bust AD ass yesterday, okay? And he's been doing that the last 8 games. He's 0-8, right? And when we talk about the most wins without a win versus any opponent, look at this. And so it takes me back to when I used to watch Dirk Nowitzki and I used to watch Minnesota KG and Tim Duncan. Yeah, I remember those matchups when they used to go at it. Do you remember how intense they were even in the regular season? In 2003, I was in high school. I drove down from Beaumont, Texas, okay? And I went down to watch the San Antonio Spurs play the Minnesota Timberwolves. And my good friend Steven Jackson was on their team. So it was me and my high school coaches. And KG got the best of Tim Duncan that game, and they got the win. KG, I'm standing in the back. I watch him walk out the locker room, and he's talking. I'm the best, you know, boo, boo, boo in this game, right? Like, still riled up about it. I see Tim Duncan walk out like 30 minutes later, right? I get a picture with Tim Duncan. You can see it all over his face, like, I can't wait to see him the next time. Why do I bring up that story? Because that's all we want out of Anthony Davis. Show some damn pride, bro. Like, you got a 38 LeBron James going out there playing at that high level, who's playing alongside of you, and you got Sabonis literally attacking you from the jump. From the jump. You got to have some pride about yourself. And that's the difference between these old school guys that we've seen, and we hear guys like the great Charles Barkley and Shaq talk about their pride and how they used to approach the game night in and night out in certain matchups and have guys circle because they want to get their lick back. That's all we asking, AD. When are you going to start getting your lick back?